show. I'm your host, Miss Ari McIntyre, spiritual life coach and affirmation aromatherapy candle maker. Today, I want to talk about this wonderful Cancer cycle we're about to begin. Now, I'm a spiritual life coach, but I don't predict the future. I help you plan it through my techniques that I've developed over the last 15, 20 years with my clients using astrology, affirmations, and aromatherapy. Astrology does have an impact on you. And aromatherapy, well, if you smell something, you want it. Now, the affirmations are something we can control because it goes into our thought processes and how we digest our our inner dialogue. Which means if you really say really ugly things to yourself on a regular basis, it's going to be pretty hard for you to stop doing that. But it can be done. Now, today I'm going to talk about don't ignore a couple of the signs that I'm going to be giving you to help you manifest what you're asking for. This cycle is going to be very interesting in the sense that Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is going to be moving into Leo. Now, normally Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Now, moving into Leo means it's going to be double fire. So wherever you have Leo in your chart, you're going to be on fire. Okay? Now, Jupiter, since it's ruled by Sagittarius, is going to give Sagittarius that extra power as well. While that's happening, the planet of communications, right? Mercury, it's going to be doing its retrograde for the first time in this whole year. We only have two retrogrades, this one and another one in October, and that's it. That's a pretty damn good year with two retrogrades for the whole year. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Now, the sun is tiptoeing into Cancer as we speak. Okay. Which means our emotions are going to get high. Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon changes every 2.5 days. So a lot of people assume Cancer is a moody sign. It's also symbolized by the crab. That crabs around. Okay. But its function is the fourth house, which is family, nurturing, mother, the stomach, okay, children, that sort of thing. Now, the spiritual messages with Cancer, just in general, are about nurturing ourselves, our homes, our family, sisterhood, brotherhood, symbols of the traditions of our families that we may have forgotten. It's a great opportunity with this sun moon moving into Cancer to go and recollect old family pictures. You know, right now we're in a digital age, so there's a strong possibility that you can capture pictures by taking a picture of them and preserving it that way, which is cost effective, and it builds like this blissful digital catalog. Okay, that's the stuff that Cancer brings in. So our spiritual message going into this season is to be more nurturing to ourselves and those that we love. Treat the people who treat you nurturing and with respect. Treat them with a little extra kindness. Okay? It's not a coincidence we do grads and dads in June because dads are also very nurturing beings. They don't get a lot of credit some of the times, but we need dad just as much as we need mom. Okay? So if you have a cool dad in your life, make sure you stop by and say hi. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Olivia. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate. Now, that's our spiritual message. Now, we also have a little thing. Hey, Real Flex, how you doing? With Mercury, the planet of communications. It's also going to be doing a little shift, and it's going to be retrograding at the same time. Now, Mercury in general normally rules Gemini and Virgo. Well, it's going to be moving into the sign of Cancer, conjuncting the sun. So we're going to all be very emotional. Please try to take care of your tummy. One of the things I think the universe is going to give you a sign is if things are delayed. All right? If you try a couple of times to get things done and it's not happening, please take that hint. Please don't push your luck. Okay, the universe is not trying to kick your ass, but there are going to be a lot of reversing of energies going on, and we won't be able to tell what that means. So if you're being delayed, things are pushed back, things aren't going directly your way, take the hint. Okay, and I do have a suggestion for each element. So I have a suggestion for each sign to help you get through what's about to happen. So on the 29th, which is the end of this month, Mercury's going to go retrograde in Cancer, conjuncting the Sun in Cancer. Jupiter's going to leave Cancer, and it's going to go into Leo. Energy. And it's going to be about family, friends, security, us creating a better mindset for ourselves. So if this is resonating with you, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Now, the effect that's going to have on all of us is that Cancer is a feminine sign. It's going to be more nurturing. You're going to want more comfort. So I would set up things at the house where you have your comfy foods, your comfy blanket, maybe even redecorate a couple of areas in the house, like the kitchen, maybe get rid of the old dishes, buy a new pot, that sort of thing. Buy one spatula, little tiny things. Buy yourself that mug that just for you, for your coffee, soups, or whatever. These tiny little things are going to make you feel nurtured, which is going to help you stay grounded while we're going through this. Okay, now the configuration is going to be dealing with the moon primarily. So following the moon cycle, if you're feeling a little, there's a strong possibility the moon may be reflecting something back to you. Don't take that as a like war, like go after and start trying to kick somebody's ass. Take it as an opportunity that the universe is giving you to review something. Okay, review a challenge and come out on the other side with a better solution. Because universe doesn't change, we do. So take what you have learned, which I'm sure you've learned a lot, especially if you've been following me. And that's another thing, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow. I'll talk to you about my program coming up. And I do have a free astrology report that tells, like, there's 3 signs this month that are going to be getting hit the hardest. It's in that report. That's free. So check it out at candlesbyari.com. We even have candles with affirmations on it to enhance the aromatherapy, to put that all together for you. And it works. I've seen it many, many moons over and over again. Work. Okay? So for the earth signs, that's my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Communications, misunderstandings in your inner circle, in your inner relationship. So you have to be careful, especially dealing with family members, siblings, and close people at work. Okay? I know Earth is always the hardest workers, but you can also be misunderstood. So if you can, Earth, listen more than you speak and make sure you've written down whatever's being asked. All right, as long as you have a paper trail to refer to, you should have minimum. Okay, now for my water signs, now that's my Pisces, my Cancers, and my Scorpios. You need to nurture your emotional needs by revisiting your spiritual beliefs to heal the inner child. Now, water. Water. We're going to need you to help us move forward with all this energy that's coming down. Okay? Now, Pluto is in Aquarius. So that is like having amplified the Aquarius energy with all that Scorpio energy. Okay? So if you do feel something, especially my water signs, please go with that first impression. Right now, it's about learning what the little person inside of you needs so that you can allow the financial blessings, the spiritual blessings, the love that you want in your life. Okay, and we talk about that in the GAP program. So definitely, guys, you may want to consider joining and checking that out, at least for the first 90 days. It's like $9.99. Okay, now for my fire, that is my Aries, my Leo, and my Sagittariuses. You need to focus on creating a safe space. You need time to do some introspecting, and you need to look at your old debt. That's your karmic debt. That's your physical debt. That's where maybe you've given your word and you haven't kept it. Okay, all these things, all these lovely things, okay? Lovely, lovely fire, you're going to have to deal with. This retrograde, because it's in a water sign, is going to make you really like move through the mud. You're going to have all these ideas, you're going to want to do it, but you've got to move through the process of what you're feeling. And because Jupiter is going to be in Leo, you're going to want to feel a lot. But that Cancer, Mercury is going to weigh you down. So please don't beat your head against a brick wall. I already told you, if things are delayed, take that hint. All right? Don't piss the universe off. They will not forget. Just saying. Now, for my air signs, that's my Geminis, my Libras, and my Aquariuses. Now, you got to avoid impulse buying, okay? Because you got to be focused on your professional life and what you're trying to make happen and whether or not you're happy. This in the next couple of weeks, you need to avoid overextending yourselves at work, air. If you're being compensated or you feel like you're being appreciated, by all means, keep doing what you're doing, air. Okay? But if you feel like that's almost you're being taken for granted. And I'm going to specifically talk about to the Aquariuses because they're going to be even more emotional with Pluto sitting in this Aquarius energy. So when Aquarius offers you friendship, they genuinely mean it most of the time. They don't offer anything they don't mean, just for the record. Okay? So when they don't see it being reciprocated or they don't feel like you're appreciative of what they're offering, what they do is they detach from you. And the Scorpio is going to make them detach and leave you feeling cold. Yeah, because what they do is they just remove themselves from dealing with your ass altogether. And that's a hard one. That's a hard one because we all want to get along. We all want to work things out. And when you pull away from someone, you make them feel inadequate. And that's what that Aquarius energy just does. So for my Libras, my Geminis, and my Aquariuses, just pay attention to your budgets and really look at your value. Like, is it an exchange that's balanced? Are you giving and receiving at the same level? Financially, emotionally, spiritually, that's up to you to determine. But if you're not, then I need you to stop and notice that, okay? Because it's real important now that you don't let yourself go into Nuttyville, okay? I'm talking specifically to my more Aquarius because they get, with that Scorpio energy, can get very vindictive. I'm not saying Gemini and Libra can't, but Gemini and Libra will most likely go vent with the family or a friend or something along those lines. Aquarius is more in that initiation stage, okay? And then going into, yeah, that's my earth, water, fire, air. All right? So you're going to have to learn to practice nurturing yourselves. That's going to be the whole theme for this retrograde. And I have tips and suggestions and insight that could help you, but you got to subscribe, engage, download. You got to participate. Simple as that. Because it's not hard to learn, but you do have to initiate by starting. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to grab my free June astrology report. It'll give you a little insight. And if you like that, then definitely join the GAP, the guided astrology program that I've created. And let me tell you something about the GAP. It gives you access to classes. This month we're going to be going over affirmations, talking about what they are, how to use them, what makes a good affirmation. And that's going to be on the 27th. That class is included in the GAP program, even at the $9.99 intro. After that is $29.99 a month, flat. It's less than the cost of coffee. The information is there if you need it. If not, not a problem. But having something available to you is way more peaceful than not having any information that can send you into a tailspin. I'm going to say that again. Having something and not needing it, okay, is so much better than not having anything at all and having to like literally keep yourself from spiraling out of mental control. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right. Now, the classes that I teach are all online. The Zoom class, which we just did this last Sunday, is one of the most therapeutic classes that I enjoy teaching and brings it full circle. And with this Cancer energy coming down, it's actually perfect. The next and final class for this month will be on the 28th. Yeah, the 28th at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time through Zoom. Okay? Register at candicebarra.com. And if you can't make the class, but you register for the class, if you request it, I will send you a copy of the class so you still get the energy that we put into manifesting this class. And the thing about meditation, guys, is the more that you do it, the better quality of your life happens. Yeah, better quality. Because how many of you guys even know what a retro is? Just put a thumbs up if you know what it is, or a thumbs down if you don't know what it is. And you can do this in the rebroadcast. Basically, think about the circular energy we have going around, this gravitational pull. When something goes against that pull, hmm, felt that energy, it pulls us off our center. And what happens if something keeps pulling us off our center? Eventually, we go off keister and we can lose whatever work that we are working on and been benefiting from. When a retrograde is happening and the stars are moving into different positions, it's the universe calibrating us to push us to the next level. Now, some people do not like being pushed to the next level. It fucking sucks for them. It is not comfortable. They hate it. Totally understand. Especially for my fixed signs. That's my Taurus, my Scorpios, my Leos, and my Aquarius. I'm not saying the other signs do, don't like it, but I find fixed signs have a little harder time. Especially if your fixed sign is in a Mercury position, you have to be receptive to, open to the new opportunities, because once you map something out, you've already decided how that's going to go. See, this is the beautiful part about the universe. We're in co-creation with the universe through our speech, our power of our thoughts, our attitude, the energy we put out, and everything in between. So manifesting is not just something you do every once in a while. Manifesting is something we can do every single day of our lives by getting up, being healthy, being productive, and listening to the divine design that's happening around us. Now, that does not mean you're taken advantage of, and doesn't mean you take advantage of others. It means you find the spiritual balance which works for you in harmony with your finances, with your love life, with your career choices. Finding that spiritual balance is what we do at Candles by Ari. Because once you have a rhythm of what it takes for your manifestation, whatever that is, some people work really well with music, other people with painting, other people need to physically get out into the world. One of the things I'd recommend strongly during this retrograde, which starts on June 28th and it ends on July 23rd. So the retrograde doesn't end to July 23rd. Okay, so please mark that on your calendar. But once you get into the rhythm of understanding how this energy happens, you're not so much blowing a gasket. Now, the other thing I'm going to tell you to get ready for this cycle is that the computers will be having some hiccups. Your tablets, your phones, your watches, any digital thing that you got going, just don't put so much pressure on it, especially with the AI thing. AI is going to be having a hard time because it can only take so much bullshit. And then when the computers are going backwards and they're beating on each other, this is what I'm saying. Oh, thank you, Olivia. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Because meditation is critical. And I am surgical with it. I ain't going to lie. I've been doing it for a long time. So it's like taking you into your inner space and giving you a chance to hear what's going on in here. What am I trying to create? So with this retrograde, just make sure you have backup computer stuff. I get a pen and a piece of paper. Make sure you have phone numbers, things that are important to you. Have a hard copy of it or a digital copy someplace where you can lock it up. All right. At work, please make sure you are writing down or have some sort of paper trail of whatever orders that you're receiving. Because of the moodiness in the Cancer sun sign, people will forget they even said it and look at you like you made it up, which will make things worse because you're going to say, this is what you told me. And then, from there, boom. The other thing is love life. Now, you may have some people from your past show up. Hey, don't hit the messenger. Okay, don't hate the player, hate the game. Okay, because they'll remember what you used to do. They'll remember how things used to be, and they won't remember why things aren't that way anymore. I think it's always fascinating when an ex comes through and the only thing they can remember is all the good stuff that you did. They don't remember all the bad stuff that they did to drove your ass crazy as to why you're not with them. So just keep that in mind. And this could be old boyfriends, lovers, friends, acquaintances, people that you've disconnected with. may have to come through. Now, on the other side is if you need to make amends with anyone, right? If there's been somebody who you know you've wronged and you want to make peace with that, this will be a good time to write them a letter. You can destroy the letter or you can give it to them. It's up to you. But just cathartically getting that energy out of your system and saying, I'm wrong. This did happen. I'm sorry. Guys, these are the things that set you free to take the barnacles off your ship. Okay? Because, like, for me, it is about, seriously, every single day, I have to take care of myself. It's one of the reasons I drink my water. Okay? It's imperative. Do you like to taste the water? That's a good question. Do you? You can answer in the chat. Because the other thing is, if you don't like to taste the water, then you need to find some sort of flavoring to help you out. Because you need to drink 64 ounces a day. That's a minimum in a 24-hour window. So in 24 hours, you need to have 8 ounce glasses of water. And that's within a 24 hours. So from breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks to late evening, somewhere you got to fit that in. And I challenge you, okay? First of all, to answer this in the chat whenever you see this rebroadcast, but to also keep up with your water intake. Just really be honest with yourself and just record yourself as you drink water. It's like 5 seconds. It doesn't have to be deep. It's not to put up on any social media. And actually look at how much water that you're taking in, because this Cancer retro is going to bring up if you are depleted. Like if you're dehydrated, you may have more dehydrated issues because without water, the system works harder. You can't move shit, literally. You're constipated. I mean, like your body starts building up because there's no irrigation. So it's imperative that you find even a flavored juice water, because you can always water it down, with lemonade. Just make it very light lemonade. It doesn't have to be heavy. Pomegranate. Add pomegranate to it. I mean, flavor it up. Mango, cucumbers. Make it your own. Bottom line is, if you can get more water in during this cycle, it'll also help your mental disposition. Trust and believe. I've seen what happens when people stop drinking water. It is not a pretty thing. It is sad. All right? Now, this cycle is happening. And if you can pay attention to the spiritual meanings that's happening, your manifesting will be complete. Cancer primarily deals with nurturing, family, support, mother, that whole cycle of comfort. Okay, so that's what it rules. It is also ruled by the moon. So every 2 days, the moon changes cycle. That's why people think Cancers are moody. They also rule the tummy, so if you're around the Cancer, always offer them some really good food. They'd appreciate that, and it'll keep them mentally balanced. Now, signs that the universe is trying to get your attention, and listen up, delays. If you try something more than 3 times, and you keep getting a delay, that's the universe trying to get your attention. It's up to you whether or not you're going to listen to that message, but I have personally witnessed when you keep pushing, you can push through it, but you usually don't like the outcome. While if you listen to the universe, you probably have less friction. Cancer is going to have the effect on our emotions because it's more feminine energy. We're going to feel more vulnerable. So if you're starting a new love or you're dating, getting to know someone, just spend time with each other. Okay, just hold hands. Okay, make things simple, guys. You don't have to get too rambunctious because our emotions are going to be right on the surface. So you'll be able to feel what's going on and trust your first impression. It has no reason to lie to you. For Earth, just remember communications. That's my Taurus, my Virgo, my Capricorn. Miscommunication between your inner circle, your family, your friends, especially siblings. So definitely slow down a little bit. And if you know they're hard-headed, just love them. They're like luggage. You can't get rid of them. For my water signs, that's my Pisces, my Cancer, my Scorpio. Nurture your emotional needs. Revisit your spiritual tools and your beliefs, because it's time to heal that inner child, okay? So that you can receive all your blessings, water. Like your love, your money, your career, all of it. It's here now, Okay, but you have to get involved if you want that to happen. Fire, oh my goodness, fire. That's my Aries, my Leo, my Sagittariuses. You need to focus on creating a safe space because you suckers are going to be on fire. Take time to do some introspection and work on getting rid of debt. Fire, just getting rid of emotional debt, spiritual debt, psychological debt. Just clean the slate. All right, and definitely drink enough water. Okay. And for my air, that's my Geminis, my Libras, and my Aquariuses. Avoid impulse buying. You can get yourself in trouble, okay? And you need to focus on your professionalism as to whether or not you're happy, because you really need to make sure you're receiving your blessings. So whatever work you're doing, it needs to be an exchange, right? You need to feel like that work is giving you fair compensation. And if not, then you need to make some adjustments. Okay, now I have a free online astrology report that gives you a lot of this insight and a little bit more. You can download it at countessbyari.com, and I'll also leave the link in my descriptions. Now, we have a couple of classes coming up before the end of the month, before the retrogrades start. We're going to have mindful guided meditation, which will be on the 28th, which is the last Sunday of this month. And on Saturday, we're going to have What Are Affirmations, which is at 3 o'clock Saturday the 27th. Now, these are both through Zoom, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You can register online. Now, if you join the GAP program, which is the guided astrology program with weekly information, insights and newsletters and all this good stuff, then you would also be eligible to come into the class at no charge. So just consider $9.99, a pretty good bang for your buck for 30 days. At the end of the 30 days, it's $29.99. Cancel anytime. I find it's almost better to have information available to you than to later on figure out you needed it. Okay, so consider that. Mercury retrograde is going to start on the 29th of this month. It's going to run to July 23rd. Please mark your calendars. Jupiter will also be moving into Leo on the 29th as well, so that's going to spark a huge change. We're tiptoeing into Cancer as we speak, so happy birthday to all my Cancers. Thank you so much for being here. The world is so much better with your loving energy and your nurturing outlook. Thank you for being you. Okay? Now, all of us have to work together. And if you dig what I'm saying, you like this channel, please like, follow, subscribe, check out my programs. Okay? The whole thing, my whole network is to create a positive vibrational energy around us. So when we do our mindful meditation classes and we do our day prayer circles, we are powerful because we are bringing that energy in and we all believe we're ready to receive it. That happens, guys, through initiation from you. I've seen people go from not having to having abundance. I've seen people that didn't think they'd start companies running businesses. People didn't think they were going to get married with kids. Hey, Pixie Mama, anything's possible with spirit, but we have to be in co-creation. And at Manifesting with Ari Mac, that's what we do. I do have a book going to be coming out that's going to be talking about what I teach with exercises and some insights. Because the more you know, the stronger you become, the better prepared, the happier you are. So even when you deal with adversity, even when you deal with a knucklehead that's from a son of a cow that you don't believe in, guess what? They don't pull you into their doo-doo. If anything, you step away from it stronger because you're no longer allowing yourself to be victimized by acidine behavior on a low frequency from dumb people. That takes a lot of inner strength because there can be a lot of them at times. And energetically, you can only do so much. So my job as a spiritual life coach is to keep that energy going, keep us focused on the outcome, and work through solutions, resolutions, not letting them drag us down. So if you like what I'm saying and you feel it, like, follow, subscribe, and just remember, okay, you are blessed. Now grab the free program, the free report, and it's in the link below. I go live every Thursday at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I'll be putting up more long form because I have more things to share on. When I say health, it means not only meditation, but eating right, sleeping right, creating a positive vibration around yourself. So definitely look for more long form coming up here in the next couple of weeks. And just remember, you are blessed. Mwah. Till next week. Bye.